Wildcat follows a former Black Ops operative who is pulled back into her old world when her daughter is kidnapped. With only 12 hours to save her, she must reunite with her old team and carry out a dangerous heist to secure the ransom money. As riots erupt across the city and a violent criminal network closes in, the crew races against the clock, fighting their way through chaos, mercenaries, and betrayal to bring her daughter home. So I'm just going to say it right now. Only reason I watched this is because of Kate Beckinsale. I have no shame. I feel like most people, I became a big Kate Beckinsale fan when she was in a skin-tight black suit in the Underworld franchise. I mean, vampire Kate Beckinsale, that's all I need. But I do actually enjoy the Underworld films, except for the third one, which is actually technically the first one, the prequel movie. That one can go away, but I think Kate Beckinsale pretty much solidified herself in Hollywood fandom with her character portrayal of Selene in the Underworld franchise. And let's just face it, Kate Beckinsale looks good with a gun in her hand. And I guess I'm not the only one that thinks that, because the last two films that she released this year have her holding a gun. So I guess she's typecast as a girl who holds gun. So let's get into the stuff that I actually enjoyed about this film. And I don't know if this is a positive or not, but the film wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. If you watch as many strictly VOD films that I do, then you come to kind of realize that a lot of these VOD films aren't that good. But sometimes we find some hidden gems. But for this film, Wildcat, I was really expecting a really low budget, bad action film. And what I got was a competent, kind of okay action film with Kate Beckinsale holding a gun. And I also really appreciate when we have these low budget straight to VOD films that don't actually feel like they're low budget. You can't really see it in this film other than the explosion and fire effects in the film. Yeah, they're not good.
Right, we've got to get this parking geezer out of the boat.
Will you stop kicking the trunk, please? You don't want to do that. There's explosives in there.
And that is where my positivity for this film ends, because the rest of the film isn't so hot, except for Kate Beckinsale. I feel like the number one culprit for this film not being so good is the pacing. It's chaotically fast, and I think it would even make Guy Ritchie blush. They do something in this movie that I really don't like when movies do this, is when they start the film off in the future and they have like a snarky line to tell you, oh, hey, you really want to know how I got myself into this situation? Well, it all started, and then they go back to the beginning, and then we have to make our way back to the point of the beginning of the film. I really despise that. I just don't really understand why we have to do it that way, because it kind of defeats the purpose because of everything else that comes before the scene that you showed us in the future, because we're kind of like, well, there's no suspense. We know that these characters that we saw are at least going to be alive up until that point that you showed us in the beginning, because it's in the future. This movie also feels like it's confused. It doesn't know what kind of film it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a high-stakes heist film or an all-out action movie with a whole bunch of fight scenes, or a dark comedy with some, comedy in it and stuff to make lighthearted of different situations and stuff. And I'm not saying that you can't pull that off. I mean, there's plenty of movies that have done that and combining a whole bunch of different genres and able to do that well. But in this film, I mean, there's literally scenes where there's a random fight scene that happens, the character fights, and then they cut to another character dealing with a gangster trying to talk about the value of diamonds. Then they cut to Kate Beckinsale being tied up and whipped. Actually, you know what? I think this movie might be onto something. Overall, I think that Wildcat is a passable film. It's not going to add anything new or exciting to the genre, but at the same time, it's not going to totally waste your time either. I feel like there are some people out there that's going to enjoy this film because if you're into the whole heist genre types, you're going to get some kind of satisfaction out of this film. Or if you're just looking for Kate Beckinsale beating people up in a skin-tight suit, then you come to the right place. But of course, everyone, I want to know what you think about Wildcat. What is your opinion of Kate Beckinsale? Does she still got it, or should she just go back to 2007 and do underworld stuff. I would like that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for your support. And as always, this is Straight to VOD, the #1 place you can get movie reviews for movies that no one else is talking about. I'll see you next time.